sounds good up here. Well, anyway, we'll see if anybody else wants to chime in on that. This is K4 BWA, and I'll turn it back over to the net.
Very good. That was Ricky, Kilo 4 Bravo Whiskey Alpha up in Portland. I just realized that the whole thing, and I was able to boot up without even doing anything on the, that's weird, on the YouTube. So if you're looking for the YouTube feed, you can go there. It is, there's already there's two people looking at it, and one like. I like that, one like. I need more than that. I don't know why we need more, but anyway, no, for anybody, just go to YouTube, put K4PEW in the search block if you want to go look. You can see the surface of my radio. Who else? Well, it looks like I have it. No, it's a 1 point, whatever that is, 1.3 SWR or so. Anyway, who else is north? No more north?
84 VUW, Carlin and Bethpage.
Hello, Carlin. You sound good.
Thank you. You sound good up there. Got about 50 over on you. You're sounding full quieting and everything. Sounding great.
I would expect you'd be equal. You're S7 to me, which seems odd. If I'm that strong to use up there. That tri-band.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because that has a lower gain than the X510. You know, I think it's like I said, it's like a 6 point something, 6.3 maybe.
I can't remember what it is. It's 6 point something another. 7 point something on 220 and maybe 10 or 11 up on 70 centimeters. I think I can't remember. I can remember the 220 part of it, but I can't remember the other two. I do know it's 6 something on 2 meters.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, it sounds good. I wouldn't even have known it was down at S7 unless I looked, because it sounds like you're 30 or 40 or 50 over.
Yeah. Oh well. It's the way it goes, I guess. Oh, but done all right?
Oh yeah, doing great. Unless you've talked to my doctor in the last couple of days.
I'm trying to stay away from the doctor if I can. They tried to kill me the last time I went to them. At least that's the kind of way I'm thinking of it. Well, I'm thinking of it. You got your 991 back. What was it they found wrong with it?
They didn't even say.
Well, that's kind of nice of them, ain't it?
I think I asked them to make sure that I had upgraded to the newest software, because I wasn't confident that was done. So maybe that's what they did. I don't know. I really don't know. I got back, it works fine, and I'm happy.
Okay, what was it doing while you sent it in? Was it a receive problem or a transmit problem?
Transmit problem on. It seemed to have a bad. The what do you call it? The antenna match wasn't working. You know, the automatic wasn't working on it. It didn't seem to be working right. Let's put it that way. When I put it on a known good antenna, it wasn't reading known good.
That was on the HF 6 meter part of it.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. When you said the antenna, and I was thinking, oh, well, that tuner only works on the HF 6 meter stuff. So, all right, well, I was just kind of curious. All right, well, really glad they got it all straightened out. It seemed like there was, I'd seen some stuff about bias issues on those 991s. Matter of fact, there's one guy up on YouTube that was saying, need to go and learn check is, make sure this bias is set correctly on the finals, or you're going to lose them. So I don't know. Anyway, well, I'll hush up and turn it back over to you so you can get some more check-ins. So, toodaloo, and we'll talk to you later, next time, or later on tonight over on 220, I reckon. So, K4BW, turn it back over to Ned.
Very good, Carlin. Good to hear from you. That was Carlin and Bethpage, Kilo Delta 4 Victor Uniform Whiskey. I guess we'll call it Angeltown, Bethpage. Who else is north? Oh, one more time. Kilo Quebec 4. Oh, John, how are you doing? Yeah, you've got a pretty good signal quality, but the conditions must be bad from your location. Oh, that would explain it right there. And you're using just the HT antenna? Well, very good. You're doing from, since you're in Hendersonville on an HT, you're doing pretty darn good that I can hear you. Say again? Yeah, I'm having trouble hearing you now. Did you catch that, Michael?
No, I could not hear that station.
Oh, you couldn't hear it? That's weird. You would think you would hear it perfectly. Huh. You got the better antenna. I guess I got somebody slipped in a good antenna on me. Anyway, John, we appreciate you being there. I'm glad you were able to get on an HT. Need to get that outside antenna up there and hook it up. I'll hear you much better and vice versa. That was Kilo Quebec 4, Kilo Delta Quebec in Hendersonville. Who else is north? Should I skip west? Nah, I'll go ahead and do west. I'm going west. Let's go for west, people.
Good evening, KC4TEQ.
Hello, Charles. I was wondering who was going to wait the longest.
Well, don't want to double. Don't want to get so confused that we don't know who's calling.
No, I know that. I've been accused of skipping west, and I have skipped west several times over the years. I don't know why. Because they don't like the west. Because California's out west.
We have to kind of listen. We can't hear anybody else until we get to our side of town.
Oh, I know. You sound pretty good tonight. How's everybody else sound to you?
Well, you're the only one. I didn't hear a little bit of Michael, but he was real noisy, and it seems like there's a little noise on your signal, but I can hear you fine.
It's amazing because Michael's at about the same elevation. He's only 2 miles or so maximum east of me.
Yeah, me and Michael got something between us, so he's way noisier, and sometimes I can't hear him at all.
Huh? That's odd. You can't hear him because he really he has a good signal to me because he's only 2 miles away. But I'm surprised you can't hear him. That's funny because he can hear his brother over there in Ashland City. So obviously there's a terrain issue between you and him.
It's all them hills between me and you, I guess. But anyway, y'all have a good evening. I'm going to pull the plug and call it a night. So 7-3 everybody, KC4. Thank you.
Can I check you in on 223?
Yeah, gotta go. Y'all have a good one.
All right, Charles. That was Kilo Charlie 4 Tango November Quebec. Charles in West Nashville. Who else is west?
WA4 FHY, Paul in Old Hickory.
That's Foxtrot Hotel Yankee, right, Paul?
Roger Dodger.
Yeah, you still doing the Wordle?
Yeah, getting kind of antsy now. I've got a run of up to 70 now. It's a long way down.
Oh yeah, I skipped a day when I was out of town. Now I'm back to on your 1 or 3 day streak now.
Oh, that's a whole lot better if you're going to follow. It took me all 6 tries today, and I had 3 choices for that last one. And fortunately, somebody showed mercy, and I picked the right word.
Oh yeah, no, it's funny that you also play that connections thing.
Connections question mark.
You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't think so.
If you go to that upper left-hand menu, those the lines that are those horizontal lines, pull it down and you'll see the connections game. And it's I shouldn't tell you this because next time you see me, you want to smack me around because it's a pain in the butt.
Oh, I want to do that anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, just take a look. There's days after I mess around with stare at it for 40 minutes because I can't figure it out. I say I'm never going to do it again.
Oh well, it's always another time. Yeah, I'll have to look at that. Not sure exactly what you're talking about. I don't usually pay any attention to the distraction. So anyway, good to be in here again. It's been a while. Knew Bob was going to be in, so I was kind of listening for him, and I'm on the beam, and it was still pointed in his direction from when we talked a few days ago.
And how was his signal to you?
It was noisy, but I could make it out. Of course, like I say, I had a little bit of an advantage knowing who it was and where he was located.
Well, I could hear him at times better than others when he spoke. But there was enough snap, crackle, and pop in there that made it difficult when he first called.
Yeah, the conditions have been kind of interesting, to say the least, the last week or so.
Well, there are those who have either never or rarely do simplex. They always are amazed at the conditional problems in 2 meters and 70 centimeters on simplex.
Oh, for sure. Anyway, Bob had just got a new antenna up on the tower the other day, and that's why we were talking. I've known Bob for a couple of 100 years.
Oh, wow, that's great. And he's in White County. I have something in common in White County. I got 2 of my dogs from White County, from the pound over
I'm sure Bob will be glad to hear that.
there. Well, they're great dogs. They're wonderful dogs. So he has to be wonderful. You see, it's that simple.
Yeah, he's a pretty good guy. I'll vouch for him.
Yeah, very good. Anyway, anything else for the net, Paul?
No, I guess that's about it. Sorry about taking up so much of the net time there. Carry on. You're doing a heck of a job.
No, you're doing fine. That was Paul in Old Hickory, right?
Yeah, I'm still there.
I just want to make sure. My memory sometimes doesn't get things right. Whenever I think of Old Hickory, I think of DuPont, and that's the only way I think I can remember it.
Whew, that brings back unpleasant memories. When I was a kid, I remember going out Old Hickory Boulevard, and you always knew where you were because that rayon plant stunk to high heaven.
Oh, listen, I grew up in a chemical producing city. I know exactly what you're talking about. You actually get used to it, even though it smells bad.
Well, we didn't come through here often enough to get used to it.
Yep. No, ours was horrible. I mean, we had, well, I'll spare you the details, but we had somewhere around 6 or 7 large chemical plants: Hooker Chemical, Union Carbide, Carborundum, DuPont, and some others you probably wouldn't know the names of. Olin was another one. And then we also had some other big plants that just were stinky, because they were big old plants. Anyway, that was Paul, Whiskey Alpha 4, Foxtrot Hotel Yankee in Old Hickory. Who else is West?
Delta 4, Charlie Victor Echo.
Okay, how you doing there, Greg?
Doing good. Yeah, RC color. We had an endless supply of RC color when I was growing up.
And people used to complain in Florida, because you have it here as well, but people didn't like the Publix brand of Czech cola.
I didn't mind Czech. It wasn't my flavor.
Well, it's hard to substitute Czech if you're a Coke fan, you know.
Yeah, see, I could always tell the difference amongst them, but my mom always kept a big supply at home. Of course, back then that meant all the empty bottles as well. We had to designate a part of the kitchen just to handle the Coke logistics.
Yeah, now you can buy endless supplies of plastic bottles, but in some states you have to pay a nickel to get a paper bag when you leave the grocery store. Sounds crazy, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. And then back then, and actually sold it. You could even buy them at school. There was a machine that sits the cafeteria one by the gymnasium. RC Cola. If you were hard up, you could reach up in there and pull a Coke out.
Oh yeah, yeah. Of course, that's when they were. I don't think I remember lower than 10 cents. I think 10 cents was the lowest I ever saw.
This was probably a quarter at this point.
That just shows my age difference, I guess. It was 10 cents in the machines that had the horizontal storage for the bottles and that little narrow door.
Yeah, I think at the point I was doing it was cans, but it wasn't an aluminum can. It was a big thicker, heavier can at that point.
Oh yeah, yeah, very good. Nice to reminisce about when things were actually. I don't know if they were cheaper or not, if consider inflation. I mean, we complained about the price of, it was 10 cents with a 2-cent deposit, wasn't it?
you're pushing my memory.
Well, I don't know what the deposit was on a quarter for a bottle. I don't know. I have to believe it was a nickel.
Might have been 3 cents rings a bell because as a kid you could walk to the store picking up bottles enough to buy you some chewing gum.
I got you. Anyway, that's when people. It's funny how we did that. People were just as trashy as they are today.
Yeah, you could, even though it was less, a 3/4 mile away, maybe a mile, you were guaranteed to be able to collect enough bottles to get you some, get you candy.
That's funny. Yeah, we didn't struggle. Well, again, we didn't. I was in no position as a kid due to not having a whole lot of cash on me ever. Was you lived with what you got, and if you had a Coke once in a while, that was a rarity. You know?
Oh, really? See, I could drink them all day long. It could be 9 at night. I could pop one open, another bottle of RC, and nobody pay. Don't do that.
Well, we didn't have any to pop open because my mother would never, ever, ever buy soft drinks. Ever.
No, we had at least, we call them what cartons with 6 of them, at least 4 or 5 of those unopened, and 2 or 3 empty.
I'm with you. No such thing in our household. I can't remember there ever being soft drinks ever in the house. Carbonated soft. We did have Kool-Aid on occasion, but never. Whenever I said I'd like, no, you're not. You don't need that. We got drinks at home. We got water at home. But I didn't. Again, I wasn't deprived. I had everything else. It's just that she wouldn't buy anything like that. You just figured that was a waste of money when you had water and milk and orange juice.
All right. Well, I've held it too long. I'll see you on the next one. KD4CD.
Greg, that was Greg in Antioch. Kilo Delta 4, Charlie Victor Echo. Who else is west?
KG4 ILV, Jack and Donaldson.
Very good, Jack. You an RC man?
No, Coca-Cola was invented in Atlanta by a pharmacist, and so all throughout the South it's pretty much Coke, and Coke was just a generic name for everything that was carbonated.
Yep.
Yeah, I know, and that's funny that people ask for a Coke, and then the waitress says, "What kind?"
Yeah, because you might want like an orange Coke or a grape. We had knee-highs too. I used to love those.
Yeah, I can. If you even say orange knee-high, I can taste it.
Yeah, me too. The other thing, I had relatives that lived down in Mississippi in the country, close to a paper mill. So I would put my paper mill up against your chemical plant any day.
Oh yeah, paper mills are really wonderful. My grandmother, who only lived 7 miles from us, but there was a paper mill plant just west of her house, and so with the westerly winds, summers were wonderful.
Oh yeah, well then.
Oh man, that is a putrid, disgusting smell.
It's really bad. Okay, I'll let you go. Thanks for doing the net. I'll see you on the next one, KG4 ILB.
Very good. That's Jack. Kilo Go 4, India Lima Victor in Donaldson. Who else is west? Going to south. Please come down.
Kilo India 4, November Delta, November.
Hello, David. You sound pretty good tonight.
Hello, Mr. Ball. You are S9 here. You're loud and clear as always, sir. How's it going on your end?
It's going good. The weather's good. I didn't have to mow the lawn yet. I imagine that's coming here in a day or two if it stays warm.
Well, I tell you, I'm thinking them long mowing days is over for this season. I'm not sure. May get one more in there. I don't know.
Well, I have 5. Well, hold on. 5, 6, 7. I have 8 trees in my front yard. I go out and have to mulch a couple of times in the fall.
Yeah, I understand that. Well, 7th grade, everybody on the net. And good evening to you, sir. As always, again, you sounding good, loud and clear. Okay.
Very good, David. You sound good yourself. That was David in Reedyville, KI4N. That's November. Yeah, Kilo India 4, November Delta November. Who else is south? Hello, Larry. Everything good? All right, very good. Nothing else for the net? Very good. That was Larry in Rockville, Kilo Echo 4, Sierra Yankee Victor. A little scratchy to me until I get an antenna in a better location because he used to be really strong to me all the time. Who else is south? I can hear, all I hear is noise breaking the squelch. One more time, please. Now I got nothing. Please come again. Anybody got a relay for me?
I'm hearing that.
Boy, oh boy. Maybe you get your hearing checked, man. Is that party still out there? No, I don't hear anything now. One more time if you're there. Even if you're not there.
That might be Brian Hendricks in Fairview.
You can tell by the noise.
No, I'm reading the chat side.
Oh, is that right? Yeah, I'm not even looking at that. There we go. Brian is 61. Oh, okay. Well, he doesn't say. Does it say anything about his antenna that's not those? Well, he doesn't say it. An inverted V is what he says, and I don't think he's got an inverted V on 2 meters.
The very first thing says he's waiting on 10 meters.
All right, we can try again one more time, and we'll move on. All right, do we have any late check-ins? Please come now. I haven't heard Mark up in North Wilson County recently. He must be on vacation or something. He's on vacation from his retirement.
I think he's in Florida.
Oh, he probably got deported. That's what happened. Yeah, you reach a certain age, and he's got 2 or 3 years on us, maybe 4. And once you hit like 76, they just automatically send you down there into a cheap mobile home. As a side note, since we've got there's nobody calling in, I was looking up where I used to live in Rhode Island, and in this mobile home park, and I saw a mobile home for sale in that same vicinity. It wasn't in the same place I was. It was just down the road, and it was the mobile home just on a little lot was $168,000, and with the taxes and the homeowners agreement, the homeowners association cost, it was $10,000 a year between taxes and the homeowners. I said, why would anybody want to live there?
Oh my word!
That's what I said. It was crazy. And the next, get this, that the next in the realty site, the next price up from 168 was the next cheapest one was 489,000.
Mark just said he hears us talking about him.
Oh, he must be on the YouTube, I guess. Yeah, see, they won't even let him get on the air because down there they restrict old people.
He'll probably never come to breakfast again.
Again, he's only got a couple of years on me, so I don't know what getting old is just part of the business here. Anyways, everybody else out there, any lollygaggers, lurkers, sandbaggers, what else we got out there? Lollygaggers, I said lollygaggers, lurkers, sandbaggers, and let's see. Oh, we also got, man, we're missing quite a few people tonight. But anyway, I forgot what else we're going to say. Oh, yeah, the flat earthers, too. They should be in there, and the preppers.
Mark's in Apalachicola.
I'm not familiar with that brand.
I don't know, but Mark said check him in.
Yeah, I know where Apalachicola is. That's Apalachicola. I always like those names they have, and those are all indigenous American names.
Yeah, they are, and they got a lot of them down there.
Yeah, one of my favorite places down there for a name of a place. It's a little tiny little town. It's called Fort Lonesome. I don't know why it's called that, but Fort Lonesome. And the other one in the Panhandle that I don't want to live in, it's another little tiny place. It's called Two-Egg, Twoegg. Don't know why. I never did get an explanation. I knew somebody who lived there. Anyway, nobody else, because we're going to move on. Big number, 16 people checking in today. Very good. Appreciate everybody who checks in, and hope to hear you over there. Whoever's there, whoever's left. I know it won't be Michael. I mean, I'm not Michael. It won't be Mark, that's for sure. So we're going to go right over to 28.415. 28.415 upper sideband. See you then. Yeah, right. This is K4PEW net control for the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net. By the way, Michael, particularly, I want to say last time I was on the wrong antenna. Turns out, I think it was my wife that changed the settings on my radio, so it's not my fault. Anyway, who else we got? Who else do we have here on 10 meters from the east? Please come now.
KM4 a while.
That's my wife's fault. I always blame her for stuff that goes wrong here. That's Michael, KM4YRF here in Mount Juliet. Who else we got east? Anybody east, please come now. Hold on one second. Yeah, want to raise it up a little bit, the gain. Who else is east or north? Michael, can you hear something? Because I hear somebody talking.
No, I don't hear anything. I got like an S3 noise level, and I don't hear anything.
Yeah, that may be something far away. I don't know what it was. Okay, anybody north? Please come now. All right, we'll go over to the west.
KG4 ILV.
Hello, Jack. You sound good.
Yeah, you do too. So does Michael.
Yeah, very good. Just want to reiterate, it was somebody else's fault that I was on the wrong antenna on the last one. Who else is west? All right, very good. We got Greg and Antioch. Decent signal tonight. Who else is west? Yeah, Greg and Antioch. Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo. Who else is west? Oh, say that again, please. Real low audio there. Let's try that again. I've turned up the volume a little bit because it's real low to me. So I think it was a 7 station. Is that a Whiskey 7? Was that Whiskey 7 Delta X-ray? Wow, I'm not copying that real well. One more time. Is it Whiskey 7 Delta X-ray? Not Michael, obviously you weren't copying this guy.
No, I'm not hearing anything, but ask if that's Brian.
Is that Brian by any chance? Well, if he is, he needs to tell me his call on the chat line there. I could just barely make it out. I heard the Whiskey 7 and I wasn't sure about the other suffix there. It's Whiskey 7 something X-ray. Could you repeat that, the letter before the X-ray a few times? Oh man, every time there was a little bit of a noise in there that last time too. Again, it's Whiskey 7 something, there's a question mark X-ray. Whiskey 7 question mark X-ray. Yeah, I got no copy at all at this point. There's something changed in the conditions, so I'm sorry about that if you can still hear me. If you can hear me, please email me at k4pew@arrl.net. K4PEW, Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey. Thanks.
Paul, that's not Brian.
Now I gathered it wasn't. Now he's N0BDH. Cool. DBH. All right, very good. Anybody else? Any place anywhere, west or south? Or any place anywhere? That's annoying. I couldn't hear him very well. I'm surprised you couldn't hear him though. That's funny. It's funny when you do the nets on 10 meters on Sunday nights, you can hear stations I can't hear, and that bugs me.
Well, I've come to the conclusion that I need to move my 700 out away from that big oak tree because it's right smack dab in the middle of it.
Yeah, I don't know how much effect that has. Maybe it does have some, but I can't imagine it has much. You know, maybe I don't know. Give it a try. Is that Whiskey 7 station there? It seemed to quiet down. I think so. Whiskey 7, is that still Whiskey 7 station still there for the? I still would like to get your whole call. Whiskey 7 ? X-ray.
I think I heard Delta.
I'm going Whiskey 7 Delta X-ray. I got a yes out of that. Fantastic. Very good. I'm not going to add, I'll look up your name. I don't want to go through that much trouble. Yeah, what's your name? Maybe I can hear you this time. All right, I got no copy. Well, at least I got that in there. Whiskey 7 Delta X-ray. Somebody look that up for me if you don't mind. Oh, wow. That's that fella out there in Washington, the state of Washington, man. It's like on the other end of the planet. That's the Western Washington DX Club. So he's doing great on 2 meters. I mean, on 10 meters. Anyway, anybody else before we jump out of here? Go over to 223-415. Well, very good. Have a good night, everybody. Appreciate you being there. And you're going to get a partial YouTube streaming there on what we had going on. So I will catch you guys later. Thanks for everybody. K4PEW. This is K4PEW. Looking for check-ins for our, it's going to be slim pickings tonight, I think. It's K4PEW. Michael, I know you're there.
KM4 YRF. 84 VW. That's right. BG4 ILB.
All right, I had Michael, and I had Carlin, and I had Jack, and I had myself. Who else was in there? Did I miss? I think I missed Greg, Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo. Is that correct?
That was me, KB4.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Now we got the usual suspects in here with 5. Is there anybody else in there?
Kilo Golf 4, Mike India through.
Hey, Kevin, what's up?
What's going on there, Paul?
Man, this is 2 nets in a row, man. You're going to get a certificate.
I make sure it gets in big letters.
Well, I'll cut out the letters from underwear. How's that? They're pink.
It sounds like you've been doing the wash.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, how are you copying everybody tonight on the net so far?
I heard you and Mike. I didn't hear anybody else.
Okay, you heard me and Mike. Okay, well, the others were Carlin, he's up in Bethpage, and then Jack's over in Donaldson, and Greg's in Antioch. So I guess you're gonna have, which antenna are you using for this?
This little 6 element
Yeah, well, you would be. Yeah, if you're pointing like which way did you say it's pointing now?
Pointing towards the west.
Oh yeah, well you'd be missing anybody down there because Greg and Jack are both over there around west and southwest of the airport, so they're going to be farther south, and then Carlin's going to be way farther north up there in Bethpage.
I'm hearing Kevin up here on the backside of his base.
Ah, very good. Carlin's hearing you up there in Bethpage, Kevin.
Well, surprisingly enough, I just heard Carlin. Yeah, you're breaking. I've got a break signal on the S-Bear here, but I'm hearing you just fine. Oh, that works. That sounds good to me. I'm glad that it's working. It's working great. Let me hush up so you get more check-ins. I heard 2, 3 other people in here too.
Yeah, you have a decent signal coming over here, Kevin. It sounds real good.
I'll wait for the next one. You're going to 6 meters next.
No, this will be it. This is our dead end right here.
Well, that's right. Hey, nice to be able to talk to you again, Paul. KT4, my thing.
Yeah, you're doing a fine job. And how many elements did you say that 6 meter? Excuse me, the 2 meter, the 220 beam is?
It's 6 elements. I didn't know. I'm not exactly remembering that. I'm pretty sure it's 6 elements.
Yeah, no, it's doing a fine job for you. And how many watts you got on 220?
Whatever this little QYT puts out, probably 25 watts, I think.
Oh, for the moment, I thought you were going to tell me you were on your Kenwood THF 6A with 5 watts.
Oh no, I wish I was. No, I'm not. I'm using a QYT, little bitty radio, about the size of a cigarette pack, a little bit bigger.
Oh yeah, I know which one you're talking about. I think. Yeah, again, it's all good because if you're just doing local stuff, I don't really think you need too much there.
Roger. All right, well, I'll get out of y'all's hair. I just wanted to check in with you. I heard you in there, so I figured, well, it's about time to get in there.
Very good. Well, you make number 6, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, 6 people. So that's good. I think we topped out at 7 or 8, but again, not everybody's available all the time. So have a good night, Kevin. Appreciate you being there.
Take care, boss. KT4, mother. Kevin, can you hear KM4 while RF? Of course, Mike, I can hear you. Well, you have a good signal to me, and I'm hearing you off the back of the beam. Oh, goodness gracious. I tell you what, if we don't have verticals, we'd be dangerous. I hear that. Thank you for coming back. You take care, Mike.
Anyway, anybody else got anything for the net? The net is the only one that's worth anything. Is the 220? It almost, what do we call it? The hermit net.
They call that Whiskey 7 Delta X-ray. That person's name is Valerie Piggott, Piggott, I guess, and that's Mercer Island, Washington.
Well, I couldn't tell whether it didn't sound like it sounded like a male voice to me, but that doesn't mean anything.
You're near Seattle.
Yeah, I didn't want to say nothing. Well, she can't hear me now. He or she or it. That's a funny last name. Must be French. It's actually we pronounce it Pigot, I guess.
I would imagine so. So bad they had to move off to the island. Probably French Canadian.
Yeah, could be. I don't know. I've never seen that name before. Piggott. I didn't even notice that. All I said was Mercer Island. I didn't catch on the name. I was only interested in making sure I had the right call. But it's a good haul because nobody else was on 10 meters tonight.
I'll tell you what, that is a real good haul. I'll be cold and rainy and windy. And the sun's probably just going down there, so he's got the sunset thing going for him.
I know it's very pretty out there out west, and California is real pretty, but I just saw a T-shirt today. You saw that one I sent you, didn't I, Michael? I don't think I sent it to everybody. It said that it was one of those 5-star ratings, and it said California, and the 5 stars was only one was checked. It says, "Not good. Keep away."
Yes, I got that. I laughed and laughed.
Yeah, I looked up California. There was a site that was rating states for how they compared to other states, and California was like, I forget what it said now, 25% higher cost of living than the average in the whole country.
The taxes are incredibly high.
Yeah, and then I saw something else that had something to do with California, which is interesting. You know, California, which, as you know, Jack, particularly because we talked about it, is they write a lot of standards to say, you know, we're going to do this, this, and this, you know, like with trucks and drugs and plastics and cancer causing stuff, right?
Right.
Pennsylvania decided they were going to adopt California's truck standards for trucks. And the one guy's taking the whole state of Pennsylvania to court because they say, you're adopting a rule that we did not vote for. Because what you're doing, this guy had a whole fleet, like 40 or 50 vehicles, you know, tractor trailers. And he says, I'm not going to upgrade to what you're telling me. And I don't have to according to the standard. But now I'm going to be polluting more because of your stupid rules.
Yeah, they don't think things through out there, you know.
Well, they do. They just don't care. They just think, you know, these are, and I've heard it said, they're utopians. They think they can make everything wonderful.
I think most of them have their heads in clouds, and I can when you hear them talking about stuff.
Besides, I think I'm told that they braid their armpit hair.
And probably their leg hair.
They no, it's funny because I just read again. I was reminded. I forgot about this. Is that you know all this bad you know because I think by 2030, I think that's what it said. California was going to go. You could only buy electric cars, and what they're forgetting is electric cars weigh more than engine-driven cars, and so it's harder on the roads.
Well, I mean, you're chewing up the earth for the lithium and all the battery components. So what's the, that's just a trade-off. It's just one or the other. You know, it's incredibly crazy. I think hydrogen is the way to go.
Yeah, they're doing some hydrogen. I was reading some recently about that hydrogen thing, and it's still one of the reasons it's not necessarily a great idea for safety reasons because the cylinder that you need to store hydrogen, liquid hydrogen is about it has to be pressure tested to I think it's 30,000 psi.
Yeah, it's basically a bomb. But I mean, you got water and you can split off oxygen and hydrogen so easily. It's not polluting. It's just water comes out the tailpipe. They actually killed him.
Say that again.
The guy who invented that, they killed his ass.
Well, here's the deal, though. That's what I was remembering what the article was about. It's that you power. In order to have a lot of hydrogen, you have to have a lot of electric power. In other words, huge fleets of vehicles. So they have it. They actually call it different. They have pink hydrogen. Is that made with nuclear power? And the other different colors, I forget what they were, but you know, those that are made by natural gas, which is a very common utility, and others that are made by solar is another one. And so it still takes power to make the hydrogen is the issue. And then you got to transport it. There's always a cost to doing something.
Nothing in this world is ever free.
No, and that it's not the correct analogy, but for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. It was kind of like, well, we're going to go to use this. Well, you have to dig it up somewhere, so we're taking something from somewhere else, and we're causing some, like whether we're digging up China or Africa or the islands in the ocean or, out in the Pacific or wherever the hell they're digging up these things to make all these crazy, not crazy, but these solar panels. And what cracked me up was I saw solar panels up in Niagara Falls, New York, all over the place on some buildings. I couldn't believe it. You guys don't even get that much sun. The only reason they have them is because of the credits from your tax dollars. Anyway, anybody else like anything for the net besides bitching about things? I guess not. You guys have a good night. This is K4P. Say that no. But as soon as I said that, the dog started barking. You can hear him now. Say again, Jay.
I think you just named their death a bitch death.
Well, it should be the bitch in because otherwise, if it's bitch, it would just be people that are bitches. You know?
That's true. It should be bitches.
The hermit bitchin' net.
All right. Have a good night, Paul. I'll talk to you later. TG4ILB.
You can make a T-shirt for that too if you want to. All right, Jack. You have a good night. Michael, you have a good night. And those are the dogs. Every time they know I'm getting off the air, the sons of bitches. Then, well, two of them are males. The other two are females at the moment. All right, we'll catch you later. Stay forth. How about